Morning, everyone. I'm presenting assessment of anterior segment parameters in pseudoexfoliation spectrum. This is a comparative study using Pentacam, ASOCT, and specular microscopy. Pseudoexfoliation syndrome is an age-related condition and is characterized by gradual deposition of abnormal fibrillar material in the eye and other organs. It affects 3 to 6% of the population, predominantly males, and has multifactorial causations. In the eye, it primarily affects the anterior segment. It may lead to poor pupillary dilation, pupillary rough defects, and it also contributes to breach in blood aqueous barrier. There is open angle, it can cause open angle glaucoma, cataract, and zonular weakness, which can ultimately result in anterior displacement of lens iris diaphragm. This study was aimed to compare anterior segment parameters in pseudoexfoliation glaucoma and patients with pseudoexfoliation syndrome and normal subjects using Pentacam imaging, anterior segment OCT, and specular microscopy. This was a single center study. It was a single shot cross-sectional comparative study, and 20 patients in each group were taken in pseudoexfoliation syndrome, pseudoexfoliation glaucoma, and each matched controls were chosen. Inclusion criteria was patients with pseudoexfoliation syndrome who had poisons on the edge of the pupil and or lens capsule during biomicroscopy or the gonioscopic examination. Pseudoexfoliation glaucoma patients had typical characteristics of pseudoexfoliation syndrome plus grade 3 or 4 open angle according to Schaffer angle grading system. Glaucomatous optic disc changes typical of glaucoma or compatible visual fields patients were chosen, and documented intraocular pressure of more than 22 millimeters of mercury patients were taken in pseudoexfoliation glaucoma. On Pentacam finding, all the parameters like central corneal thickness, anterior chamber depth, anterior chamber angle, and anterior chamber volume, all these parameters had gradual decrease from control to pseudoexfoliation syndrome to pseudoexfoliation glaucoma. The difference between control and pseudoexfoliation patients was more significant, and that between the glaucoma patients and patients with pseudoexfoliation syndrome per se was not that significant. And these changes were corresponding to the lens thickness. As they progressed from control to pseudoexfoliation syndrome to pseudoexfoliation glaucoma, the lens thickness was gradually increasing. Similarly, on ASOCT examination, angle opening distance and trabecular iris surface area both had a significant difference from control to pseudoexfoliation syndrome to pseudoexfoliation glaucoma. And specular microscopy, endothelial cell densities showed a gradual decrease across the spectrum, whereas cell volume, coefficient of variance, and percentage of hexagonality had not much of a difference. Discussion. This study indicated that there is a progressive decrease in anterior segment biometric characteristics from normal control subjects to pseudoexfoliation syndrome to pseudoexfoliation glaucoma. A variety of mechanisms such as thick iris, posterior synechia, and zonular weaknesses are postulated to cause this, and these findings, along with higher lens thickness in pseudoexfoliation syndrome and glaucoma eye, support the notion that anterior shift of lens secondary to zonular weakness has a key role in narrowing the anterior chamber angle, which is consistent with other studies. Conclusion. There is a progressive decrease in angle parameters from control subjects to pseudoexfoliation syndrome group to the pseudoexfoliation glaucoma group. Additional studies are needed to better determine the mechanism and significance of anterior segment changes in patients with pseudoexfoliation syndrome. Limitation of my study was it was a small sample size, so the power study was less. It is cross-sectional in nature, so the consequence of the angle narrowing and the anterior chamber parameters on the patient's progression or on the surgeries is not considered, and it was a single center study, so it cannot be applied across other populations. Thank you. Syndrome. Yes, ma'am.
So have you seen any other previous studies which have quoted this, or have seen the difference of progression? As you said in your study, it is a
Yes,
cross-sectional
ma'am.
study.
Ma'am, across the studies, the difference in endothelial, the specular
I'm talking about the
anterior segment.
angle changes, which have they progressed over time, the narrowing of the angle, which was documented in your series.
Ma'am, corneal thickness and anterior chamber angle had similar findings, but
But is there any study which talks about progress, which is prospective study which is taken at different time intervals?
No, prospective studies are not there. Comparative studies are there.
They are all cross-section studies.
Cross-sectional studies are there.
Anterior chamber depth was reduced in patients with pseudoexfoliation.
Yes, sir.
So,
Compared to
looks
control.
weak, you want to say?
Yes, sir.
So while doing cataract surgery, what precautions means can we find out from there?
So firstly, we have to be we have to notice that there is a patient with pseudoexfoliation syndrome, so that we can pre-plan. Mostly in our center, like there are many patients, so it is usually during the operation table we find that this patient has
Yeah,
this
because
problem.
pupil will also not be fully dilated.
Yes, sir. And then we'll just consider it's a simple hard to dilate patient. And during when we do the surgery, complications arise. And mostly there is posterior capsular rent, or there is
Zonular dialysis
More
can
than
also.
that, it's zonal dialysis.
Dialysis is most.
There's a lot of weakness.
Yeah.
And what is the cause of progressive shallowing of the anterior chamber? You said it is because of increase in the lens thickness. That is the primary cause?
it is an age-related condition. So with age,
That is because of zonal laxity.
zonular laxity and
Zonal laxity causing shift of the
Shift.
Forward iris-less diaphragm.
iris-less diaphragm will progressively
Yeah,
increase.
yeah.
So that is not
So we
contributed
need
to
document
glaucoma
it. Does it
because
increase with time? We need to actually document in the cases of syndromes, at least. So maybe you can carry forward this study itself and monitor your own patients who have
to see over
Ma'am,
the
actually most patients which come, they already have cataract, so that they get
already been
operated.
operated for
They are
cataract.
operated.
They get operated, so I can't follow.